In February of 1981, blacksmith Matthias Huel appeared on the German game show Wetten Dass, hosted by Frank Elsner. The long-running show, which has been remade in 12 countries, follows a simple format of an ordinary person betting a celebrity guest that they can do a certain physical feat. According to German YouTuber No Value of Information, Huel's bet was that he could hit a piece of metal so hard that the resulting heat could light a cigarette. 40 years later, comedian Adrian Gray used a clip of this in one of his fake documentaries. He makes several short-form videos on multiple platforms, in which he adds new dialogue and graphics to old footage, accompanied by a voiceover to make 60-second mockumentaries. In one about the rise of game shows, Gray manipulated this footage in a joke about the format in the Soviet Union.
Mikaeli, you successfully hit metal 17 times, so you are now proud owner of this photograph of motorcar. I am happy, but property is theft, so you are now under arrest. Well, no.
He also posted this clip in isolation, which unexpectedly went viral. This short got re-uploaded to Instagram on an account that posts them daily. For those of you who don't know, there are plenty of social media accounts that post the same short clip every day. However, Adrian Gray saw this account and collaborated with them to do something unexpected.
You are now proud owner of this photograph of motorcar. I am not happy. I'm sorry? I am not happy with it. You don't want the photograph? No, I've hit metal 17 times every day. I want 2 pictures of motorcar. Mikaeli, you cannot just break your time loop. There is a way to escape, but you are yet to find it. And neither is your older self. Well, no.
What followed is probably one of the most fascinating video projects I've ever seen. A sci-fi found footage musical comedy analog horror. The series has Adrian Gray's signature sense of humour, as can be found in his mockumentaries and stock footage dubbing videos.
I can just ask her, so... Mommy, do you have any condoms? Oh my god.
However, this is combined with an engaging and enigmatic plot, and slightly unsettling analog horror elements. For those of you who don't know, analog horror is an offshoot of the found footage genre, made to look like analog TV or VHS recordings, giving it the appearance of something that was recorded between the 60s and early aughts. It reminded me a bit of the unsettling comedy of the Adult Swim shorts This House Has People in It and Too Many Cooks, as well as the ads for interdimensional supermarket Omega Mart. I would say that Mikaeli hitting metal is far less unsettling than those examples though, which I prefer, but I suppose that depends on your personal taste. The series goes on to include not only more Wetten Dass footage, but news, home video, transcripted phone calls and more, even including found footage towards the end with Adrian Gray in them himself. As you can see in his other work, he has a great range of voices, although there are a couple of other people in the cast later on. As I mentioned, the series also features songs composed by Gray, which I won't spoil, but they're genuinely catchy and a great addition. Speaking of music, the found footage segments briefly featured Archie Henderson, a comedian Gray had previously collaborated with, and has now entered the mainstream with the success of his comedy music alter ego, Jazz Emu. If you want me to review his video album Ego Death, then you can let me know in the comments below. The guest in that episode of Wetten Dass is the German-Austrian actor Kurt Jurgens. I recognise him from the Bond film The Spy Who Loved Me and trilingual D-Day epic The Longest Day, but due to the age of these films, it's likely that most viewers would not know who he is, so it was easy for Gray to use him in the story and to manipulate other archival footage of him in later videos. I wonder if anyone has shown the series to Frank Elsner yet. At the end of the day, the most surprising thing about it is just how good the plot is. It's genuinely fun to see the world building and character backstories unfurl, with just the right amount of exposition drip-fed in. I've seen some people refer to it as an ARG or augmented reality game, which did confuse me at first, as the only gameplay, so to speak, is trying to pause the videos in time to read the text, rather than the typical online treasure hunt. However, as these videos were originally drip-fed to their audience over the course of several months, it makes sense that people would come up with their own theories as to what was going on and discuss them online, the way they would with an ARG. So, whilst I wouldn't say it is one, I understand why it's mistakenly called one. I discovered this series after it had been completed and watched it in one go, so I never really had the chance to speculate. Adrian Gray has done something different and it has really paid off, combining his established skill set with the new genres to make something genuinely funny, unsettling and engaging. The whole saga is uploaded to YouTube in full, and it's only 28 minutes long, so there's nothing stopping you from checking it out for yourself. That, or you could watch 18 minutes of videos summarising the series. Fair enough. If you want to watch me talk about another groundbreaking found footage project, then you can watch my video essay on Inside Number 9's terrifying live found footage episode, Deadline. See you soon!
Look, Crumpets, I see you're having some trouble with your car.
I see you're having some trouble with your accent.